They were once football's golden boys. The faces on magazine covers, the prodigies every major club wanted. But today they're gone. No headlines. No stadium chants. No glory. This is the story of footballers who had everything: brilliance, hype, global love, and then vanished almost overnight. Today, we uncover what really happened to them. Mario Götze, the boy who delivered a dream. The man who won Germany the World Cup. In 2014, inside the Maracana, he controlled Andre Schürrle's cross on his chest and volleyed the ball past Romero. One strike that made him immortal. At 22, he was unstoppable. Pep Guardiola called him one of the smartest players I've ever coached. Bayern Munich signed him to be their next superstar. But then his body began to break. A rare condition, myopathy, drained his stamina, his strength, his explosiveness. The same player who once outran defenses suddenly struggled just to finish training sessions. Fans called him lazy. Pundits said he lacked hunger. Nobody knew what he was battling inside. He moved back to Borussia Dortmund, trying to revive his magic, then to PSV Eindhoven, far away from the heavy expectations. From World Cup hero to quiet survivor, Götze didn't disappear because he failed. He disappeared because his body betrayed him. Then came Jack Wilshere, England's forgotten genius. At 19, he bossed the great Barcelona midfield of Xavi and Iniesta in a Champions League night Arsenal fans will never forget. Everyone said he was the future of English football. He played with fire in his boots. Fearless, technical, unpredictable. But injuries attacked him like a curse. Every comeback lasted only a few matches before another fracture, another ankle problem, another surgery. Arsenal gave him time. England gave him hope. But his body refused to cooperate. He went from Arsenal to West Ham to Bournemouth, chasing the version of himself that fans still remembered. At just 30 years old, an age when midfielders peak, Jack Wilshere retired quietly. Not with a trophy parade. Not with a stadium farewell. Just a statement. He didn't disappear because of attitude. He disappeared because football can be brutally unforgiving to fragile bodies. Then there was Hatem Ben Arfa, the French magician. When he came through Lions Academy, he was spoken of in the same breath as Karim Benzema, a dribbler who could humiliate defenders without breaking a sweat. France believed he would rule world football. But Ben Arfa fought teammates, clashed with managers, and struggled with discipline. His talent was outrageous, but his temperament was volatile. After Lyon came Marseille, then Newcastle, then a dip at Hull City. People said he was finished, until he resurrected himself at OGC Nice with jaw-dropping solo goals. PSG signed him as a comeback story. But after one disagreement with Unai Emery, Ben Arfa spent over a year frozen out. Not injured, not suspended, just erased. No matches, no squad list, not even training with the team. He once said, "I was alive, but they buried me." His disappearance wasn't about talent. It was about politics, ego, and the fine line between genius and chaos. Now Adnan Januzaj, the boy who was supposed to be Manchester United's next Cristiano Ronaldo. In 2013, he scored 2 goals on his debut and instantly became the club's savior after Sir Alex Ferguson's exit. Belgium fought to secure him. Advertisers threw sponsorships at him. Fans chanted his name as if he was destined for greatness. But the pressure swallowed him. New managers didn't trust him. Loan spells, Dortmund, Sunderland, broke his rhythm. He said, "At 18, everyone expected me to be Messi." That kind of pressure destroys young players. Today he plays quietly in Turkey, still skillful but far from the global spotlight he once owned. He didn't disappear overnight. He was slowly drowned by expectations too heavy for an 18-year-old to carry. And then, Dele Alli. This one hurts. When he arrived at Tottenham, he didn't just play football. He lit up the Premier League. Volley against Crystal Palace, that flick over the defender goal, the nutmegs, the swagger. At 20 years old, he scored 18 league goals. At 21, he bossed Real Madrid in the Champions League. Dele Alli was England's joy, the kid who made football feel fun again. Then something changed. Form dipped. Injuries came. Jose Mourinho called him inconsistent. Critics said he was distracted. But behind closed doors, Dele was fighting demons no one saw. In a 2023 interview, he admitted to childhood trauma, addiction issues, and deep mental struggles. He said, "I lost myself for years." Dele's disappearance wasn't about football. It was about survival. So why do so many stars disappear? Because football hides what it doesn't want you to see. Injuries take careers. Illness drains potential. Pressure destroys confidence. Politics isolates players. Burnout kills passion. Fame magnifies every mistake. Football doesn't wait. If you slow down, it replaces you. If you struggle, it forgets you. But here's the truth fans rarely hear. Disappearing doesn't always mean failure. Mario Götze found peace playing without pressure. Jack Wilshere now teaches young players how to avoid his mistakes. Ben Arfa still trains alone, playing football for love, not fame. Dele Alli is rebuilding his life, step by step. Januzic is still playing, still trying, still fighting. These players didn't fade because they were weak. They faded because football demands perfection, physically, mentally, emotionally. And the moment you slip, the world moves on. So next time you ask, what happened to him? Remember, behind every vanished star is a story deeper than the game itself. A story of pain, sacrifice, pressure, and survival. A story the world forgets, but one worth telling. If you love stories like this, subscribe, because the truth behind football's biggest mysteries is just getting started.